set to go. Remember last time out at Mid-Ohio, it was victory for Acura Team Penske. Will it be the same again? Let's go. The master of Jonathan Bommarito. What a start on the inside.
Yeah, that was so close there. Durrani in the red and white machine. He dives down the inside of Elio as well. Elio's gone from the front row back to fourth.
Seems like a carbon copy of Mid-Ohio. Elio slow off the start. Oh, we got...
That's the WeatherTech Ferrari. Scuderia Corsa Ferrari in the wall, and also the Paul Miller Racing Lamborghini.
After a great qualifying effort, you can see the damage. This team coming off 2 consecutive podiums here on the streets of Belle Isle. Remember, there's no love lost between Durrani and Castroneves.
Cooper McNeil right there. Looks like he gets hit on corner entry. At this point, they've already started wrecking. Drivers are so aggressive on these starts because track position around Detroit is so critical.
This is from the McLaren.
Oh, it's actually
McNeil into Hardwick. Sure, let's go racing here in Detroit. Juan Pablo Montoya off to a flyer, and here comes Pippo Durrani. Look at the third car in shot.
Oh, big move there. Van der Zanden nearly into the back of Barbosa. Has to take evasive action almost in the wall.
Everybody keen to get going. They didn't even complete one flying lap. Now let's build some rhythm.
Charge down into turn 3 here. Everybody looking. We see Trummer around the outside of Renger van der Zanden. Gets the pass done, chops down.
And almost thought about it on Joao Barbosa as well in that yellow JDC Miller Motorsports Cadillac.
That was a really nice move by Trummer. That car has been pretty quick here this weekend. He said, I've got a little bit too much understeer in the car to challenge up front, but nice bold move here on the restart lap.
Who's done what? In the Premier class, Durrani made up 2. Simon Trummer, we saw that. It was a pretty forceful start. How about in GTD? Keep in mind, Robbie Foley, who had the pole, then lost the pole. He was put to the back of the pack. Foley's made up 5 positions. Look at that. Nice work in the Turner Motorsports BMW, Dave.
Lee, I talked to him this morning just after the drivers' meeting and asked him about starting in the back here and the penalty. 0.2 of a degree of camber off in post-qualifying inspection. That's what sent them to the rear. He said, I won't even feel that. But he says it's really disappointing because it would have been my first pole, and we've made a lot of gains on this car this weekend. It hasn't been super fast in Detroit's past, so they were very much looking forward to it. For now, all is good. I just checked with his co-driver, Bill Oberlin. He said, all quiet.
And this marks the 1-year anniversary of the coming together of Bill Oberlin and Robbie Foley right here at Detroit, racing as partners.
Right.
And any of the Cadillac drivers will tell you that they really want to get the victory here in the Motor City, with GM headquarters literally just a few miles down the road, as Steve mentioned. Oh, look at Durrani trying to get
Bommarito.
by.
He looks to the right flank and he gets inside Durrani. Can he clear him?
That's clever. That was savvy racing, using that Lexus to full advantage.
It's a real chess match around this racetrack with the traffic, AJ.
We're going to see this all day, Calvin. Just, you get stuck. You can see Pippo starting to panic, get in the fountain corner. Knew he wasn't going to be able to clear that Lexus. Tried to make a move, backed out of it, and Jonathan Bommarito saw that move happen and pounced on it. Made a great move to move into second.
Prop somebody has clouted that tire barrier big time.
It's turn 7, I believe.
Did I see a yellow car off to the side? Was that Simon Trummer, or that was his words with getting a message? Oh, it's the Juncos Racing 50. This is a one-off drive for 23-year-old Brazilian. This is Victor Franzoni. And he'd been doing a terrific job considering he'd never been on this track and never been in this car until yesterday.
Yeah, and I spoke to Tom Brown, the team manager there. He said we didn't even have time to get him into the simulator, so it's been a very impressive weekend so far for this young man, but ran afoul of the street circuit a little bit.
And this is very easy to do here.
Whoa. Lost it early in the corner there. Misha Goldberg right behind him. Could have been much worse than the damage he incurred there.
Second full course caution, and you're looking at Mario Farnbacher, who was involved in that thrilling duel with Jack Hawksworth at Mid-Ohio, and the Meyer Shank Auto Nation Acura NSX is damaged. It is out of the race. AJ, what happened?
Calvin, it's hard to tell. That's turn 13 there's very fast. He's behind the 76 McLaren. you could see the back of the car start bouncing. It almost sounded like the left rear tire. We saw them having a problem on the pit stop. I'm not sure if something broke or just through that section, if Mario was pushing really hard and lost it. But I'd love to talk to him about it just to see what, in his opinion, happened there. But he definitely lost it through turn 13 and had huge contact with the wall.
Jordan's teammate Renger van der Zande got away with one earlier in the race with a slight collision with Joao Barbosa. Here's Dane Cameron now on Tristan Nunez for the lead of the race.
He's got fresh Michelin tyres, he'll have a ton of grip. He's a heavier race car right now, remember. Nunez, and he bolts momentarily. Little mistake by Tristan. Cameron through.
New race leader. And remember, the Mazda, the second car in shot, to AJ's point, is yet to pit in this race.
There you see him, he just gets in super deep there to turn 11, and Dane just pounces.
Great work from Dane Cameron on the pounce. For the lead of GTD, then we pick up the Cat Acura NSX of Catherine Legg, and then Townsend Bell. That's the top four in GTD.
Jack Hawksworth is so good in this Lexus. Really able to attack with this race car. We see it all over Patrick Long right now. Looking away. Going through here, turn 5. Rolls into turn 6. You got to get a good drive off this corner, have a chance down the back straightaway here. He gets a good drive. Pat Long gets wide off of turn 6. Calvin, he's going to be looking here into turn 7.
He looks stronger than Pat Long. That Porsche looks to be struggling there to get the power down coming off that critical turn 6. He goes to the inside.
Big move under brakes from Hawksworth, and Pat Long is going to give up 2 positions. Catherine Legg is there. No, Pat forces the Acura wide. Townsend Bell's there, ready to pounce.
This is fantastic. Talk about controlled aggression. Pat Long was not going to have nothing off, losing 2 spots in one corner.
This is Jordan Taylor. We're hearing reports that he may have hit the wall up to the rear left there. Yes, a little bit of bodywork damage.
He's been on the attack since this restart.
Heading to the pits.
See down. Coming down the back straightaway into turn 7. I think we saw the Juncos car do the same thing. Gets in wide.
Can they spring a surprise here today?
Big move under brakes. Huge move under brakes for the 55 Mazda.
Harry Tinknell down to the inside, and that allows Simpson to run. He moves all the way up. Oh, there's contact there between the Mazdas in the fence.
Harry Tinknell is in the tyre barrier. What do they say? The old adage, yellows breed yellows, and we're seeing that right here, right now. This will be a good view.
Yeah, at this point, Steven Simpson, he's there. He's committed. Tinknell tries to shut the door. Steven Simpson, that point, can't back out.
O'Toole lap leaders. Dane Cameron's led 42 laps in the DPI, Daytona Prototype International class. Can he hold off the reigning series champion and defending race winner Felipe Nasr in the Whelen Engineering Cadillac?
That little exchange there getting around the McLaren cost Dane Cameron 7/10 of a second just in the timing.
Oh, around goes Catherine Legg. Legg has spun while running 4th.
Take a look here. Bill Aublin down to the inside. This is down into turn 5. That's why we heard the tire squeal and Catherine goes around.
Nazar's going to have to be aggressive through the fountain. He's got one opportunity left. Off of turn 12 into turn 13, but he has to be right on the rear wing of Dane Cameron to do that.
Dane Cameron has been a GT class champion. He's been a DPI class champion, but last year was the opportunity of a lifetime of his career to drive for Roger Penske. The win took more than a year. It came several weeks ago at Mid-Ohio. Nazar is chasing, but he's not going to be able to do anything about Dane Cameron. The closing corners, what a run this has been. Juan Pablo Montoya put the car on pole yesterday in an unbelievable fashion, and Dane Cameron's going to drive it all the way to the checkered flag in Roger Penske's hometown of Detroit. He gets the win for Acura Team Penske. First back-to-back winners since Colin Brown and John Bennett last year. And in GTD, what a drive from Jack Hawksworth and Richard Heistand.
They're going for a repeat. Lamborghini did it to open the 2 championship rounds at Daytona and Sebring. But now we're in the sprint races. This will extend their lead if they can bring it home. Pat Long has not given up by any stretch, but looks like Jack Hawksworth in great shape.
Our boy T-Bell there in 3rd, so that could be a Lexus 1-3 for the AIM Vasser-Sullivan race team.
almost to the checkered flag. He had to fight off Mario Farnbacher at Mid-Ohio. This one has been somewhat more comfortable. Jack Hawksworth gives Vasser-Sullivan a win. There is James Sullivan congratulating his team, as AJ said, for a tremendous 1-3 result. Park Place with second, Pat Long and Zach Robichon. There's Jack Hawksworth, back-to-back winner. He and Richard Highstand, phenomenal effort. And the racing is far from done here on Belle Isle.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.